I think it's a lot easier for a company that has a very concrete, life-changing, world-changing mission, much less so than, again, getting a product to the customer.
I think I would challenge you on that and say that every company can have a life-changing impact on people, but you have to search for that perspective. Like the example that immediately came to mind was, are you old enough to remember when towns used to beg Walmart to build stores in their towns?
Probably wasn't.
Okay, so the first supercenter was built in I think it was 1982. So relatively recent in the scope of Walmart was founded obviously like in the 30s or the 40s. Um, but their whole mission was about driving down the cost of goods to serve people. The idea
Hmm.
that these are the salt of the earth people who are living in smaller, more rural communities, that they can't afford to drive 2 or 3 hours away to a big city to get a hammer. They need a cheap hammer where they are so that they can serve whoever they need to serve. So that farmer can grow food to serve America, so that doctor's office can repair their broken front window so that they can continue to see patients, whatever that manifestation is. But Sam Walton, prior to his death in 1992, that was the culture of the organization. It was all about all everyday low prices, driving down costs, increasing accessibility, taking care of people, hiring veterans, hiring the disabled as greeters and things like that, which they don't really even do anymore. But all of that stuff, that people loved Walmart in the same way that I was saying companies or customers love Tesla. That was the love that people had for Walmart in the 80s and 90s. What happened was when Walton died in 92, most of the CEOs that came after him were very financially focused.
Mm.
It was I wish I could remember the exact verbiage, but I'm sure you can look it up if you want to. The first CEO to precede him actually gave a speech, kind of like, or I'm sorry, to succeed him, gave a speech where he talked about what his goals were as an organization. And the number one thing that he started the conversation with was ROI for the shareholders. That was
Mm.
the first thing he brought up. And from that moment, 1992 to present, they have slowly degraded the trust, goodwill, and culture that they had built in the previous 60 years under Sam Walton. And so that's the answer to your question, is that companies can have a mission. Your mission could be as simple as, our job is to serve someone who's serving someone else, right? If you're looking at it through the lens of what does Amazon do, Amazon enables business to happen. If you think about, or like, think about, take an example like FedEx or UPS, or just moving a package from one place to another place. You don't know what's in that package. That could be medicine that somebody desperately needs. It could be something that a company needs to be able to serve their customers. They're a hugely critical artery in the lifeblood of the United States. But what's different is that they don't tell people that that's their motto anymore. And Apple's another good example. The Apple that Steve Jobs ran is very different from the Apple that we have today under Tim Cook. They're very much a financially focused organization rather than we want to enable the creativity of people to make the world a better place to live in, right? It was very clear what Steve Jobs valued, and we could debate endlessly his failures as a leader along with his successes, but it was always clear what the organization stood for, and now they don't stand for any of those things.